Bangor today, a trial began for a Bangor man charged with sexual assault crimes on a minor.
48-year-old Aaron Robshaw has been charged with gross sexual assault and unlawful sexual contact against a child under the age of 12. A family friend says they were molested by him from age 9 to 11.
The alleged victim, their mother, Robshaw's wife, a child welfare advocate, and 2 law enforcement officials who investigated the 2019 case, taking the stand today.
The defense questioned the victim's memory, intelligence, and validity of their allegations, saying Robshaw was a close family friend said to be considered like an uncle, and his residence was frequented by the victim and their mother over the years. The prosecution, however, focused on the state of Robshaw's mental health, saying he was diagnosed with a narcissistic personality disorder.
Attorneys also played some police-recorded interviews with Robshaw, where he alleges roughhousing and tickling, but nothing inappropriate with the victim. More witnesses are set to take the stand tomorrow morning.